Just tell you a little bit about James. So he's from the Eastern Cape, so he's already a natural rugby man. He played for the Border Rugby Academy. Then he went to Northampton Saints Academy, spent 11 years in Ireland, and then he shifted from a player to a coach, and there's a great belief in African rugby. So that's that's why he came back. He's coached the Border Craven Week team, served as assistant coach to the SA schools team as well. He was head of rugby at First 15 coach at Kingswood, and then took on the coaching on the FNB Roads for the Varsity Shield. And then earlier this year, he joined the Bulls, new role as pathway manager and assistant coach of the Currie Cup team. So a man well versed in rugby. Over to you, James, please, if you'd announce the team for tomorrow.
Okay, guys. Starting with number 1, Dylan Smith. Number 2, Jean Elsa returns from injury and takes the place of the injured Joe van Zyl. Number 3, Francois Klopper. Number 4, Sintu Manjezi. Number 5, Marvin Uri. Number 6, and captain Namak Aba. Number 7, Junior Pokomela. Number 8, Jean-Ray Rudolph. Number 9, Zach Berger. Number 10, Jaco van der Walt, who comes in for the injured Henry Immelman, with Butter Chamberlain moving to 15. Number 11, Stravino Jacobs. Number 12, Chris Barron-Smith. Number 13, Stedman Khans. Returning from injury, number 14, Apiwe Dianti. On the bench and debutant replacement hooker, Esetu Mnebelele. Number 17, Ruan Swart, also debutant, comes in for the injured Lizo Oboka. Number 18, John Erasmus. 19, Dylan Delu. 20, JJ Tehran and debutant. 21, Stephen Nell. 22, Pierre Fanikiak. And 23, Cornell Smith.
Thank you, Coach. Any questions?
Carl?
Coach, you automatically like the shelves immediately pull them down the what do you expect from them to contribute to the Currie Cup?
I think the first thing is to acknowledge last week the debutants who came in. This is a rotation this week, so no one is deselected from the players who made their debut last week. We are in a privileged position where we've got some really strong youngsters and we need to explore the depth of our squad in the early stages of the competition. So we have brought back Esetu and JJ, and there are more to come. There's another 7 players who we look forward to giving debuts during the campaign.
It must be nice to bring in somebody with the experience of the Walt for Henry, number 10 jersey.
Yeah, we're hugely privileged in terms of the depth that we have, and having an international in the form of Jaco to come in. Really, yeah, we're, like I say, our ability to maintain continuity through such depth is one of the privileges we have here at the Vodacom Bulls.
And what do you expect from the Sharks? Seen their side yesterday.
I think they will improve. They've got so many reference points to improve. You understand they've had limited preparation, and even in a week where they would be disappointed, there's still some real strengths to their game. Their line-out contest is a real theme. Their defensive breakdown, they put a lot of pressure there, and then their kicking game is excellent. So they'll definitely be strong in those areas, and the challenge for us is to make sure that we win sufficient primary ball in the line-out.
Just to check the contract situation with Jaco. I thought his contract was up, and also with Cornell Smith.
I actually can't comment on the contractual side of things, but I know that if I speak, we're not completely informed, but there is extensions to the end of the Currie Cup, so they still are under contract.
And you didn't play any warm-up games. Could you feel it last week? West Bromwich played quite a few before the tournament started. Did you feel that you were sufficiently prepared? Did you get what you wanted from that game, or you think it's going to be a bit hard to speed it very well this weekend?
Yeah, I think we were pleased with the performance last week in the absence of a warm-up game. The area of concern, one of the benefits was that we were cohesive and aligned, so we knew the plan going in, but obviously the contact readiness and the breakdown was a concern last week, but I think we were sufficiently aroused and we were good in that area. We're better served this week. But if you think to the Currie Cup, and specifically the URC teams, there's quite a state of flux that you'll see in terms of selection amongst those sides for a variety of reasons, where the teams coming through the SA Cup, they've got a lot more continuity and cohesion. So you'll see week on week it changes. So that's why for us it's a brand new Sharks team. 4 guys coming into the starting lineup, they can make a world of difference. So we're not reading into last week's result too much.
Just we spoke to Jan Ackerman this week, and he says he's only got 17 URC players to warm up with, because the rest are either playing Currie Cup or injured. You just mentioned Springboks, of course, yes. But I mean, how are you going to manage that? How are you going to shuffle the players in between the warm-ups and the Currie Cup and everything else?
And that's an ongoing discussion week on week. And so that's why I say with the URC teams, there'll be constant change to those team sheets. And I think it's our ability to manage that change, you understand, and make sure that we're on point in our training and have role clarity. There'll be the point of difference.
You're a coach from News from Africa. Coach, looking at your team sheet, Coach, you've got a lot of other teams are playing their young players, their rotational side, if you may. And you would argue that you guys are doing the same if you look at the distinction between these guys who have your RC experience but are not always at the starting lineup of your RC team. When you look at some of the names that you are able to bring out week in, week out, how important is it for the Bulls to stamp the authority on the Currie Cup and actually play to the strengths of the names that are on paper?
I think at the Vodacom Bulls, we're ambitious in every competition. This one's no different. I understand that's been said for years. We want to compete. We want to play well. But at the same time, you just focus on the picture that's in front of you. You can't look too far into the future. At this point in time, we're able to draw upon experienced players. And that's why it's important for us that we groom the depth, that we've been working really hard on our younger players and making sure that they're able to rise to the standard, knowing full well that, they're going to be playing a prominent role in the latter half of the competition.
And some of these names, Coach, they are, like I said, not really prominent names when it comes to URC under the previous regime. I know you can't probably speak too much about that. But what is the motivation like for them? Are there conversations with them telling them, look, if you pull your way to the Currie Cup level, it's a new regime, they might get a different look into the new United Rugby Championship team?
Well, there's two sides of it. One is they're excited to play. You understand, playing opportunities have been limited. But, Coach Ackerman came into the change room this morning and said, guys, this is a perfect audition for you. You understand, it's a blank slate. So the guys who are running out for us have the first audition to put their hands forward for URC selection.
And then lastly for me, I think I sort of raised this question when he was at the Stormers, Lizo Koboga with John Dobson. It seems like his injury problems are really following him. When he left the Bulls, he was injured quite a bit. He played a game for the Stormers, got injured in that game. And then now he's played one game for the Bulls and he's got injured again. When you assess the injuries, is it a recurrence of injuries or are there new injuries? Are there no concerns about longevity and his physical ability to still play at the top level, especially 80 minutes?
So to answer your question, there's two parts. The first one is Lezo's role within the side. Coming into the group, it was about grooming and developing the youngsters. But he's actually got a very small hammy strain. So this week was more about preventative measures, and he could have played, but we thought, no, we'll just make sure that he's 100% for the week after.
Henry's injury?
Ongoing. So it's a calf injury, making good progress, but could be as soon as next week, if not the week after. But the medical department is watching that closely.
Thanks.
Coach Walt from EWN. I just want to speak about, you were talking about ambition a little bit earlier, and I know that it's still very early in the season. But would they because it's been a possible and we want to start with the new era?
Yeah, every team wants to win every competition. Do you understand? So I think that driving force is the same for everyone. We just have a larger expectation. And the Vodacom Bulls have performed consistently. They won the competition the second most times in the history of the game. So there's two parts. We want to do well, and there's an expectation to do well, and that's a privilege. It's a privilege for us to be seen as worthy of winning the competition.
Coach, there's different thoughts in this year's Currie Cup. The one side playing the young players, the other side playing the URC players or all the players. You plan for a mix between them. And now you're not making it.
The advantage for us has been in the development of the younger players, for them to get exposed to top quality professionals like the Marvin Uris, we've seen a significant increase in their performance over the last 4 weeks. So our approach is lending itself to how do you say, expediting the improvements in our younger players. They really have shown significant growth over this last 4 weeks.
So the development of the younger players, winning of the Challenge Cup.
Well, it's twofold. It's twofold. I mean, this competition, like all unions, but for us, it's hugely important to bring guys through, to bring Ruan Swart through, to bring PR Fanikex through. You understand? This is their platform, but the best way to do that is to create the right support network and guidance around them. So that's where our approach is bearing fruit for us.
Yeah.
Your pathway manager, what does that mean exactly?
So is many parts, is oversight of the recruitment process, but to create a greater emphasis on development and alignment within the rugby club to make sure that our structures are the same. So someone like Isetu should be able to walk in to play for the 19s, the 21s, and the Currie Cup at any point in time. So the changes we're looking to make will be in the off-season as of 1 November. We're really going to be refurbishing our gym. That's been approved, and we're in the final stages of that. So, yeah, I mean, development moving forward is very important for us as a club.
And the age group alignments you just mentioned, there was a bit of we spoke to Edgar one day and he said there's a bit of a disconnect there. Are you sort of aligning that now?
Yes.
So you guys play the same way, whatever that might be.
The game model is to restructure the club in such a way that we're leveraging the strengths of our existing staff. We have a fantastic coaching group here at the club. It is to get the very best out of that. And so the changes would entail that the coaches being responsible for a single area. So it would be the same defense coach throughout the pathway, the same attack coach. And so that's using their strengths and creating alignment.
And a personal question, how did you find it coming to Loftus, from spending time in Ireland and everywhere else, being experienced to different rugby cultures and the likes? What's it like over here?
I think it's fantastic. It's a brilliant place. Having not been to Pretoria since a teenager, to come back after 30 years, I've been completely blown away just by the quality of city life and also how friendly people are.
Just to confirm, what is your portfolio within the Currie Cup coaches?
Yeah, I'm the attack coach.
Where's Piwe, if I may ask?
He has another engagement at this point in time.
Okay. No. He's doing defense, am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys only conceded 2 tries last week, but one of them was an intercept try. Were you happy with your attack and your defense, everything else, the way the game was played out?
We're very happy with the defensive performance based on points conceded. If you look at the first 2 penalties, they could have been easily avoided, plus the intercept. So, I mean, there's 13 points there that were within our control. But at the same time, we didn't have to defend as much because we were able to dominate set piece and hold the ball for long periods of time. So I certainly think defense will be tested more this week.
I think, Coach, how important is it to not be complacent after such a big win against Western Province? I understand it wasn't a warm-up game, but the team, even in moments of being destroyed, is still able to put 48 points on the board. How important is it for the team to keep that same drive, same momentum against every single opponent, especially when some people look at the team sheets and say these are the favorites for the tournament?
Is recognizing the duration of the competition. We've got a maximum of 9 games. Do you understand? So you can't take one for granted. There's guys who've, like I said, been itching for playing time. It's our first home performance. We know the Sharks will be better, so there's certainly no complacency on our side.
Sorry, one more question. This one single round Currie Cup compared to last year's 1.5 rounds, is this ideal? Is it being played it right? I'm not sure. It's not maybe your prerogative or whatever, but the point is, does it really work? I mean, you only get one chance against Western Province, which is sort of the classic game, and it was a bit of a one-sided affair. Doesn't it dull the Currie Cup a little bit, do you think?
I don't think so, because there is so much rugby. So if anything, it's going to make it more special. Does that make sense? More doesn't make it better. So now you have to be accurate. You have to take it seriously. There's no week where you can switch off. You've got to be dialed in for the full 7 rounds, and then of course knockout time. It's on the day. So the existing format works within the calendar, the rugby schedule, and I think it's just to see the best within that. The opportunities, take nothing for granted.
I'm done now.
Folks, happy to leave it there. Coach, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you all for coming out. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.